Good afternoon, Tracy. Are you all set?
I am ready.
Wonderful. All right, good afternoon. I'd like to go on the record in proceeding number 25C-0299-INS. I am Kelly Rosenberg, the Administrative Law Judge assigned to this proceeding. This is the Commission's standing show cause insurance hearing set by notices and complaints to individual respondents. At this time, I'd like to take appearances starting with staff.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Justin Larson, Assistant Attorney General with the Colorado Department of Law. With me, as always, is Staff Witness Marquita Riley.
Good afternoon to both of you. And it doesn't look like we have any respondents present right now. If anyone shows up, we can go from there. And just as a standard reminder, just want to remind you all that it is the Commission's practice to record and webcast legal proceedings, including this one. And we have a court reporter recording every word stated. And actually, with that, staff, go ahead and proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Staff calls Marquita Riley.
Ms. Riley, would you please raise your right hand? Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth under penalty of perjury?
Yes.
All right, go ahead and proceed.
Good to see you as always, Ms. Riley. Can you please state and spell your name for the record?
Marquita Riley, Marquita Riley.
Who is your current employer?
The Public Utilities Commission.
What is your job title with the Commission?
I'm the Program Assistant for the Transportation Unit.
Can you describe your role in today's proceeding?
I review these proceedings and coordinate with staff for these proceedings against motor carriers that do not have current effective levels of financial responsibility on file with the Commission.
Do the Commission's rules require motor carriers to file evidence of financial responsibility?
Yes.
And can you tell us which rules impose this requirement?
Per Rule 6008 requires motor carriers maintain and file evidence of financial responsibility with the Commission.
And what needs to be provided to the Commission in order to make this showing of financial responsibility?
Per Rule 6008, motor carriers must electronically certain forms. An example would be a Form E of financial responsibility.
How long does this evidence of financial responsibility remain in effect?
Again, per Rule 6008 requires that each insurance company give the Commission a 30-day advance written notice when insurance is not being renewed or if it's being canceled.
And what is the next step when the PUC receives a notification of cancellation or non-renewal?
I use the Commission's authorized database to compile a list of motor carriers that we have received advance written notice of cancellation.
Thank you, Ms. Riley. Were the exhibits for today's hearing provided to the respondents?
Yes, they were.
And can you just briefly describe how that was done?
Yes, I created the permit and certificate numbers, a list along with the email addresses that we have on file. I emailed that over to the AG's office. The AG's office then emailed the respondents, pre-filed the exhibits, and they also copied me on the emails as well.
Thank you, Ms. Riley. Can we please pull up what's been pre-marked as staff's hearing exhibit 1? Thank you. Can you describe this document, Ms. Riley?
Yes, this is the initial hearing cycle listing that contains the names of the motor carriers that the Commission received notice that their financial responsibility was going to expire.
Did you prepare this list?
I did.
And can you describe how you prepared it?
I used the Commission's authorized database to compile the list.
When did you prepare this list?
On July 7th, 2025.
And can you just describe briefly where that date appears on this exhibit?
Yes, it's on the bottom right corner.
Thank you. Does the Commission create a hearing cycle listing like we see in Exhibit 1 as part of its regular course of business?
Yes.
And is it the Commission's practice to maintain documents like Exhibit 1 as part of the Commission's business record?
Yes.
Just move to admit Exhibit 1, Your Honor.
Admitted.
Now, Ms. Riley, based on the list that we see up here, what action did the Commission take?
The commission then sent the letter to each respondent.
Thank you. Let's pull up what's been pre-marked as staff's hearing exhibit 2. Thank you. And can you see that, Ms. Riley?
Yes.
Okay, so can you describe what this collection of documents is?
Mhm. These are copies of the letters sent to the respondents on today's updated list.
What does the information the letters tell the respondents, just in summary?
The letter explains that all operations under its authority are suspended as of the date the insurance expires, unless proof of proper insurance is submitted to the commission. It also provides notice of today's hearing and advises the respondents that if proper evidence of financial responsibility is not submitted to the commission, then its authority may be permanently revoked.
When did the commission send these letters?
On July 7th, 2025.
Is it the commission's practice to create letters like these in the regular course of its business?
Yes.
Is it the commission's practice to maintain letters like Exhibit 1 as part of it, like Exhibit 2, excuse me, as part of its the commission's business record?
Yes.
Move to admit Exhibit 2, Your Honor.
Admitted.
Thank you. We can go ahead and take that down. Ms. Riley, does the commission require motor carriers to establish and maintain a designated agent?
Yes, per Rule 6006 requires that each motor carrier establish and maintain a designated agent.
And were the notice letters that we just talked about sent to the addresses of the designated agents on file with the commission?
Yes.
And can you just describe how the commission served those letters?
Through first-class postal mail?
Thank you. Now, can we please pull up what's been pre-marked as staff hearing exhibit 3? Can you describe this document, Ms. Riley?
Yes, this is the attachment that was sent along with the notice letter. The attachment gives instructions on how to participate in today's video conference hearing.
When was this attachment sent to the respondents?
On July 7th, 2025.
Is it the commission's standard practice to include this attachment with the notification letters to the respondents when it holds an electronic hearing like today?
Yes.
Did the commission create this attachment in the regular course of its business?
Yes.
Is it the commission's practice to maintain attachments like Exhibit 3 in the regular course of its business record?
Yes.
Move to admit exhibit number 3, Your Honor.
Admitted.
Now, can we please pull up what's been pre-marked as staff's hearing exhibit 4? Can you describe this document, Ms. Riley?
Yes, this is the certificate of service for the notice letters and the attachment sent to the respondents.
And did the commission create this certificate in the regular course of its business?
Yes.
Is it the commission's practice to maintain certificates like this in the regular course of in its business record?
Yes.
Move to admit exhibit 4, Your Honor.
Admitted.
Now, Ms. Riley, the language on the certificate states, quote, whose name and addresses appear below, end quote. Below that, it states, quote, see hearing cycle listing, end quote. Are these statements referring to the original hearing cycle listing that we saw in Exhibit 1?
Yes, that's correct.
And we don't need to pull it up, but to go back to hearing exhibit number 2, the notice letter. The letter informs the respondents about what happens if they can provide evidence of insurance or surety coverage before the hearing. So if the commission does receive evidence of insurance or surety coverage, what happens then?
Then we will not proceed against that carrier and dismiss them from the hearing cycle listing.
Did staff create an updated hearing cycle listing for today's hearing?
Yes.
Can we please pull up what's been pre-marked as staff's hearing exhibit 5? Thank you. Can you describe what this document is, Ms. Riley?
Yes, this is the updated hearing cycle listing for today's date. It contains the names of the respondents that we still do not have current effective levels of financial responsibility on file with the commission.
Did staff create this list the same way as you described for hearing exhibit number 1?
Yes,
So you created this document?
yes, I did.
And when was it created?
On July 21st, 2025.
And that's the date in the bottom right-hand corner, like with exhibit 1?
Yes,
Did the commission create this hearing cycle listing in the regular course of its business?
yes,
Is it the commission's practice to maintain an updated hearing cycle listing like exhibit 5 as part of its business record?
yes.
Move to admit exhibit 5, Your Honor.
Admitted.
Now, Ms. Riley, did staff send a letter to all of the motor carriers listed in this exhibit?
Yes,
Do the addresses listed in hearing exhibit 5 match the carriers' addresses that we saw in exhibit number 2?
yes.
When was the last time you checked to see if there was any change in the status of the carriers in exhibit 5?
This morning, July 23rd, 2025.
Are you aware of any pending applications either for suspension or abandonment affecting any common or contract carriers listed in exhibit 5?
No, we don't have any pending applications at this time for this proceeding.
Does staff recommend dismissing any carriers listed in exhibit 5? And if so, can you state which ones?
Yes, I do have a few for this proceeding. The first one is E-Class LLC, PUC number LL-03908. USA Towing, PUC number T-04108. Blue Line Recovery, PUC number T-05469. Insurance was updated for those companies. And then also Vail 70 Limo LLC, PUC number LL-03964. That respondent did submit a cancellation form for that permit.
Thank you, Ms. Riley. Are you aware of any letters that were returned to the commission?
Yes, I do have one for American Limo LLC. There was no other address on file for that respondent.
And just to make sure, you did verify that the address for that respondent matched what you had in the system?
Yes.
Okay, just a few concluding questions for you, Ms. Riley. When does the decision made after today's hearing become a final commission decision?
The recommended decision will become a final commission order decision 20 days after the administrative law judge issues the recommended decision if no exceptions are filed.
And what happens if a carrier provides proper proof of insurance before the decision becomes a final order?
Then the recommended decision will not be enforced against that respondent.
Can you just summarize staff's overall recommendation for today?
Yes, staff recommends the certificate and permit numbers listed on here in Exhibit 5 be revoked for lack of financial responsibility as required by law, except for E-Class LLC, USA Towing, Vail 70 Limo LLC, and Blue Line Recovery.
Thank you. No further questions for me, Your Honor.
Thank you. And you may have already said that. Is Ms. Riley your only witness?
Correct, yes.
Great. And it looks like, thank you for your time. And I don't have any questions for you, Ms. Riley, so thank you
Okay.
for your time as well. It does not look like we have any respondents that have appeared for today. So thank everyone for your time. I will take this matter under advisement and I will issue a written decision in the next week or so. So thank you, everyone, and we could go ahead and go off the record.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.